Okay, as you can see, we are on a trail at the moment. This trail is actually called the Highline Canal Trail, with the Highline Canal being right here. We are facing west. We are not actually going to go west. We're going to turn around and go east because I honestly don't know where this trail ends to the west. I know about a mile up the road or a mile up the trail, it meets with a golf course, and I don't know if it goes through the golf course or around the golf course or whatever, and I don't feel like figuring it out today. I deleted the video that I made the other day when I went on a ride. I went about, I think, 13 miles total. First ride of the season. Yeah, I just didn't say anything worthwhile. The scenery wasn't great. And yeah, the exploration was kind of mundane and boring. So yeah, right now we're, I don't know what the name of this park to my left is. Right there. But we're gonna go this way. As you can tell, off to the right hand side, the Highline Canal is dry. Oop. Sorry, I waved at that guy for waiting for me to go through. What's up, teeny weeny puppy? So yeah, I've never been to this part of the Denver metro area, ever. We're actually gonna get off over here onto the dirt. I am in pedal assist 1. I might bump it up to 2, just because I think we're going uphill. And I'm pretty out of shape compared to last summer. My winter was pretty lackadaisical, I guess is the best way of saying it. So for those of you paying attention, I did move into my new place. I've been there a month as of 3 days ago. I still have a lot of moving in to do because I've been so tired. What do I mean by that? I realized one day that I was taking in so much caffeine all day long just to stay awake. So I did what I do every once in a while when I realized that. And I decided to cut back on my caffeine. Now, I didn't cut back by like a cup of coffee. I cut back a lot. Probably 300 or 400 milligrams down to about 100 milligrams. And for the last 2 weeks, I've been so incredibly tired. Like, I cannot express to you how tired I've been. Barely able to sleep all night, barely able to stay awake all day. So, yesterday was the first day in a long time that I woke up feeling good. Today, I woke up feeling good. Oh, they carved that into a series of benches. Oh, and it's got some, check this out, I'm going to turn around and show you. It's got some nice little carvings of animals on it too. And I love this kind of stuff. I just hope nobody comes along the path because I am taking up some space. Yeah, we got a bear and a coyote, some ducks and beavers and squirrels and raccoon and another beaver and an owl. That is so cool. I wish we had more of that kind of stuff around. Ugh. All right. So, yeah. I have been on the Highline Canal Trail in the past, not with the bicycle. When I used to live in southeast Denver, because I am in southeast Denver, I was about a mile from the Highline Canal Trail, and I would walk my dog over every once in a while, and we'd walk along the trail. I did that with my first dog after getting out of the military, and my second dog after getting out of the military. He was more interested in, the first dog was, she just wanted to chase the ball or frisbee or whatever. He was more interested in killing things. So we ended up having to go to the dog park, because all he would do is run off into the bushes chasing squirrels and bunnies and raccoons and stuff, and I wouldn't see him for half an hour, and it became a thing. I do not know how much wind his headphones are picking up. This is a completely different headphones than the last few times I recorded. I'm really surprised they don't have like murals or something in here. So we just went under I-25, which is on the other side of the wall to our left now. When we get to a part of the Highline Canal Trail that I recall, I'll let you know. And I don't know how far we're going to go. I'm already 3 miles into this ride. It is spring. It is 11:51 on Thursday, March 26, 2026. Yesterday pushed nearly 90 degrees, and it felt like it was 90 degrees. Not that that's a bad thing, but this early in the year, it's a bad thing. So I thought about going for a ride yesterday, and I didn't, just because it was so hot. And ever since I've moved into this new place, I have not been drinking enough water. Yeah, I'm just exploring a little bit. I mean, I still drink water at the gym in the morning. I just had a all-natural caffeine drink before I came for this ride. It has like 100 milligrams of caffeine, called ebike. I think that's how it's pronounced. Oh. So is there a way around this, or is this it? Are we turning around? Oh, trail narrowing, okay. So yeah. And yesterday was just too hot to get out while dehydrated. And I know why I haven't been drinking enough water. The water bottle that I typically drink out of all day long has been in my truck. And I've been leaving it in my truck instead of getting it out. And the building that I moved into, I have to actually park pretty far away. So just quote unquote running over and grabbing it real quick is kind of a pain in the butt. I mean, I have cups and stuff, but you can only drink so many cups of water before you're like, oh yeah, I've just had like 6 cups of water. And then, yeah, as opposed to like 2 bottles full. All right, so, oh, there it is. I was like, wasn't sure where this went. To the left of us, you can't see it, but to the left of us, about a half a mile, is the American Legion. I have not been there. I had somebody at the VA tell me that they do like dinner nights and stuff where you can get like hamburgers and fish fries and stuff like that for like $10. And I've been meaning to go, especially since I live over here now, but I haven't. So there's that. I keep forgetting. Like last night, I just totally spaced it. I thought about it last night at like 8:30. I was like, oh crap, I missed it again. And unfortunately, a lot of places that have small volunteer groups, looks like they're redoing everything on the canal. Maybe that's why the canal's dry. They don't have the best website making skills, is the nicest way to put it. So while they do have a calendar on their website for what night they have what food or what event or what speaker or whatever going on, they do not have it to where you can link that calendar to your own. And all I have to do is go to my calendar and add it once and then, you know, set it to repeat weekly, but I haven't done that either. Again, I've been tired. So, anywho. Yeah, this trail definitely needs some help. I've never been over here at all, ever, in all the time I've lived in Denver. Didn't even know this existed. I mean, yeah, I knew the Highline Canal existed, but I didn't know, like, all of this existed. Like the neighborhoods back here. I mean, you know, you understand that there are neighborhoods here. You see it on maps, blah, blah, blah. But I've just never been over here. I didn't know what kind of houses were over here, what kind of socioeconomic status we were talking about. I didn't know anything. Like this road over here off to the left. I could not have told you there was a road there. So. Yeah, so gas is up over $4 a gallon for, depending on where you live and what gas station you go to. But in the Denver metro area, it's anywhere between $3.75 and $4.25, $4.30 a gallon right now. So I've been trying not to drive anywhere that I don't have to. Which, yay for the warmer weather. I could ride the bike more often or walk more often or something, but still. We didn't get enough snow this winter. They're talking about how the lack of ice pack or snowpack is going to severely make us dry this spring and summer, which means all this green will be brown here in another month or two. Unless for some reason we get some kind of major storm comes through and drops 6 feet, which could happen. The likelihood of it happening is slim, but it could happen. But the trees are in bloom. I might go to Wash Park later this afternoon when it's closer to dusk. Oh, wow, they have a skate park in their backyard, or a skateboard ramp. Pretty big one, too. So, and try to get some pictures of the flowers and stuff before they go away. Like take the tripod and the camera and like good photos. We will see. Be a good day for it too. It's not very windy. Because wind shakes the branches, which means long exposures, you know, half a second, 2 seconds, become blurry. So that's why you don't want a lot of wind when you're doing some photography. Sometimes you want the wind. Sometimes the wind is, sometimes you want that blurriness, but if I'm taking detailed photos of flowers, I don't want it. Alright. I live in Holly. Okay. I've never been over here either. Or if I have, I got lost. And if I have, it's been decades. Now, the place that I moved into has a lot of restaurants and stores and stuff within walking distance, which is great. However, I have only been to one so far, and it was the day I moved in. And that's because it's a burger place that's been there for like 50 years. And I've always wanted to try it, but could never convince myself to try it. Finally went in, had it. It was okay. It was not, a 50-year burger. It was okay. I mean, the price was right, but the food was meh. Now, when I say meh, I mean you could get a better burger at Five Guys. Buffalo Wild Wings has a surprisingly good smash burger. Even Chili's has good burgers. And this place was not as good as those places. Like, it was bland. It was just that bleh. So, but the price was so much better than any of those places. I waved at him first, if you're wondering why he waved at me. Because I say hi to everybody. So yeah. But yeah, I haven't been to a lot of places yet because I've had to buy some things for the house. I had to order some things because all I had in my storage unit were like clothes and keepsakes, tools, things like that. I didn't have a couch. I have plates, but they're nice plates, like the kind you bring out for special occasions. I don't have any mundane plates that you have, and if you break them, who cares? I need to go to Goodwill or something and see if I can find some nice, but I don't care if they break plates. And I say it like that because the floor of the place I moved into is a really sturdy laminate, like really thick and everything, really sturdy. There's no give to it whatsoever. So I know if I drop a plate or accidentally knock one over or get a dog and the dog knocks one over, it's just going to shatter. So that's what I'm talking about. All right. I have no idea what road this is. Could be Monaco. I might be that far over, but I'm not 100% sure. And here comes some cars. And I can't look at the map while recording. Yeah, this is Monaco. Okay, because this building to my right here is the Colorado Athletic Club. Or at least that's what it used to be. I don't know if it's still the Colorado Athletic Club. Yeah, the sign over there says Colorado Athletic Club. Like my gym membership is $20 a month. I think 21 or 22 after taxes. That place is one of those where it's like $150 a month. And instead of having, hot young girls wearing stuff that doesn't even matter they're wearing clothes because you can see everything. It has, droopy old guys who like to stand around naked. I don't know why this person has stopped, but whatever. So I think this park to my right is Bible Park. James A. Bible. It's named after a person. It's not named after, the religious book. And I've been here a couple times too in the past with my dog. It's a nice big park, but there's no off-leash area. So, and the police apparently, I don't know if they still do, but at the time, and we're talking 20 years ago, they patrolled this extensively looking for people who let their dogs run around. So, yeah. But yeah, hoping to get out and ride the bike at least 3 or 4 days a week from now until the rest of the summer. And that's when I'm not like riding around the neighborhood to go to the store or anything. Oh, look at that tree. That pink one right there. That'd be a nice one to come over and take a photo of. Now the question is, how do I get back? I mean, I can always turn around and retrace my steps. That's not a problem. But I'd much rather do a loop than just a back and forth. But I don't know of any other trails over here that connect and turn around and go back to where I started from, or even closer to where I live, because like I said, I was already 2.5 miles into the ride before I started recording. And while I'm only at 5.5 miles right now, somewhere around 10, I do want to turn around, or at least start heading back. It is nice to see there are a bunch of little walking paths over here, so this may be something I can do on a regular basis. Kind of change it up. Because where I'm living right now, if I would have jumped on a different trail and headed north, I would be in downtown Denver by now. So, and that's one of the reasons I moved there. One, the walkability score, and then two, being able to like jump on the bike and run to downtown Denver for fairs and festivals and things like that. Problem is, bikes end up stolen a lot. So I may try to put the building I live in has a bicycle storage room. I was kind of apprehensive about parking this in there, because they told me numerous times, like, put a lock on it, put a big lock on it. This is another carved bench, which is nice. Different carvings, but the same. Couple little bears and some squirrels. There's a coyote, a heron. Yeah, that's fun. Like I said, I love stuff like that. Those little unique things. I don't know if you can see it over here. Probably not, but straight ahead there's a building with a lot of glass on it. That building is along Hamden. So I know where I'm at, because I used to live right off of Hamden. So let's see. Yeah, there's no water in here. This could be if I do get a dog, which I do. I want a dog so bad. I don't know why all these people keep stopping. Like, if I'm coming into the trail, I get it, but I'm not. Oops. I'm coming up on your left. Coming up. Oops. On your left. Hello? Oops. Sorry. It's all good. I didn't know where you were going.
When I tried to walk left, I thought y'all were right.
Oh, no, I said I was coming up on your left. It's all good. He was wearing earbuds too. Boardwalk not plowed. Sorry. My mind had thoughts. Hey, geese. Alright, well, at least there's some water over here. But yeah, I want a dog, but I'm also apprehensive about getting a dog. Because I don't know if I'd do as much bicycle riding if I had a dog. Like, I would do more dog-centric things. More walking, hiking, going to parks, going to the mountains, things like that. Less of the take a few hours and go for a ride stuff. Alright, so I don't see where the trail went, which means we'll go over here. I was kind of hoping there was a sidewalk over here to the left, but I don't know where the trail goes from here. When I was looking for a place to live, I looked really hard. Not really hard, but I looked in this general vicinity because I do like this area. But I couldn't find anything. Most of these are condos and townhouses, and the ones that were for rent were outside of my price range. But yeah, I was kind of hoping for a... we'll go up here and I'll turn around. Okay. There's nobody coming, there's nobody coming, and turn around. Because I know the Highline Canal keeps going. I just don't know where. Because the sidewalks all seem to end right here. Which means I don't know where the trail is. Did I get off of it at some point? Did I take a right when I should have taken a left, or a left when I should have taken a right? I do not know Green Eggs and Ham. I have no idea, Sam I Am. But I do know the Highline Canal Trail continues to go southeast. I just don't know where. So... oops, don't want to run into that. So I was looking to my right. Smell some restaurants. Oh yeah. So this I'm just going to go through this parking lot real quick. This used to be a mall back in the 70s and 80s. A friend of mine that grew up in Denver said she used to come over here all the time as a kid. They tore the mall down and turned it into a strip mall. When I used to live over in this general vicinity, it was still a mall the first couple of years. I mean, it was an old mall. But it was, they could have remodeled it and turned it into an indoor Galleria type place, as opposed to tearing it down and turning it into a Target. But it is what it is. Used to be a movie theater in here. A small one of those, again, 70s style movie theaters. But you could go see a movie for like $2. That was nice. I've never been to Las Carrasas. Actually, I've never been. I've been to this Ace Hardware, and I've been to Benihana over here. That's about it. Oops. But there is an Ace Hardware within walking distance of my new place, so yay. Actually, I almost went yesterday, but I went to Home Depot instead to look for something that I thought Home Depot would carry, and Home Depot did not. And that's all because I stopped at a different place, and the person there said, no, we don't carry it, try Home Depot. So there's that. All right. Yeah. Going. Oh, felt that. So my back tire slammed into a pothole. Again, I don't know exactly where I'm at, but I mean, I know where I'm at, but I've never been over here as far as I know. Oh, Popo. Oops. I thought he was going to pull out in front of me, so I hit the brakes. And the puppies. And that's just it. I don't know if you notice all the green area around here, like the open space. The place I moved into has none of this. I actually mentioned that to the property manager. I said, I've never lived anywhere where there wasn't like green space or open space everywhere. And she's like, oh, there's parks around here. And I'm like, yeah, like a mile or two away, which... Is this the Highline Canal Trail? Hampton Heights Trail, okay. Oh. But she, she's like, oh, we have trails nearby here. Or parks, sorry. And I was like, yeah, but they're all kind of small, and they're not really walkable distance. She was like, oh, well, you can walk to it if you want to. And I'm like, well, yeah, technically I could walk from LA to New York if I wanted to. But, I don't want to. Oh, and I saw a thing online the other day. This guy who was vagabonding across the country. I don't know where he was. But he said he, excuse me, Peter Holm Elementary School. Didn't even know the school existed. But it's been a few years since I hung out at elementary school. And that's because I was a substitute teacher. And I would occasionally substitute elementary school. So, but yeah, this guy, I don't know where he was. It was somewhere colder than Colorado at the moment. And there was a lot of snow. And he was vagabonding across the country, hitchhiking, jumping trains, things like that. Which sounds like an adventure, I don't want to do it. I hurt too much. I have chronic pain. But if I would have, known that was even an option back in the day, I might have given it a try just to see. But I was so busy trying to chase that American dream that I put my dreams on the back burner. So, and I regret that. But he found a pile of snow about 3 or 4 feet high in parking lot of a Walmart, wherever he happened to be. Highline Canal Trail is this way, okay. And he, Hampton Heights Trail, okay. I'm assuming this is Highline Canal. But he dug out a nice little community benches there. I think I know this neighborhood. I think I've been here before. Yeah, I've been here before. I know where I'm at. But he dug it out and he built this pile of snow that had been plowed into a pile. He dug out an igloo. And he was showing it off. He had pictures and stuff. He goes, oh, look, I did this, I did that. I have a little burner in here to help keep it warm. And, I have my sleeping bag and I'm going to crash in here tonight. And I was like, oh, that's actually really cool. That's interesting. Like, I never would have thought to do that. Because igloos can be warm. And but people made a valid point. I don't know where to go from here. Oh, that was still the Hampton Heights Trail. Okay. But people were in the comments were making a valid point about how he needed to be careful because there are people, especially Jeep owners, who will pull up on a pile of snow like that, you know, to showcase how their Jeep can go up a pile of snow. And I started thinking about it. I was like, holy crap, they are correct. Like in the wintertime around here, when there's piles of snow, the Jeepers, the guys with lifted trucks and stuff, will purposefully park up on top of the snow. Hey puppy, what's up? This German Shepherd's out. Here we go. And yeah, they're like, yeah, you might get crushed. You might wake up in the middle of the night crushed. So be careful. And I'm like, oh shit, that's a valid point. So yeah, just telling you that in case you're one of those guys who has to crawl up on the top of a trail. So these people are not stopping. How's it going? I'm fat and poor. Oh.
Hey, at least you're riding a bike and it's beautiful out.
Yes. I'm gonna try to get back into shape.
Yeah, I hear you.
Have a good one. So yeah. But well, we might have to turn around here shortly. Only because I'm running out of battery. I did not recharge the bike after I rode it the other day. So I'm not starting from a full battery. And it looks like most of my way back is going to be uphill, which is going to take more battery power. So, but yeah. So just be careful if you're running over snow in a parking lot. You might actually end up being a murderer. I was kind of hoping at least to get to the part of this trail that I know very well. But I might have to turn around before that. Again, I didn't plan this out very well, but that's what exploration is. It's go forth, young man. So this is Hampton Heights Park, I believe. I have been here, but it's probably been 25 years since I've been here. Oops. Excuse me. Highline Canal Trail is this way. Kennedy Soccer Complex. I used to live near the Kennedy Soccer Complex. See, now I want you guys to take note. We've been through a couple of parks now. You can see all the people around. I mean, middle of the day, middle of the week, but you can still see all the people around. And I'm being sarcastic here. While there are the occasional walker or whatnot, there are not a bunch of people around. Maybe tomorrow, I'm going to run up to Wash Park. Tomorrow will be Friday. We'll ride around Wash Park. You'll see all the people around. I don't know why people... I do know why, but it's a demographics thing. Most of the people that live in these neighborhoods are people that have owned these houses for 40 years. Or they can afford to buy houses in this area. These houses, they look like just regular single-family homes, but because of the area, it's super expensive. Even my house, well, I used to live within walking distance of here. Even it was only 1,600 square feet. I bought it I bought it right after the price jumped, and it was 125,000. No, it was like 115,000 And then when I bought it, it was, you know, 150,000. And the person I bought it from had owned it for 3 years, and he bought it for like 80. Yeah, see. Oh yeah, here we are. I know where I'm at. So I used to walk through here with my dog. Yeah. But it's a little breezier than I was expecting. Yeah. My dog Rufus, who died 7 years ago, that's how long I've been without a dog, we would come walk through here. I didn't like bringing him over here because there's a lot of those goat heads in the grass and stuff, and so they poke the dog's feet a lot. Or they can poke yours if you're wearing loose shoes, like flip-flops or something. But yeah, we were walking through here one time, and he ended up catching and killing a bunny. We're gonna turn around. I just wanted to see the water real quick because it looks like, I don't know if it's dammed up or what, but there's a bunch of water over there. But yeah, we were walking on one of these little organic trails over here, and I was calling him because I hadn't seen him in a couple minutes, and poof, I finally found him, and he was just sitting there happy as could be because he had a dead bunny with him. Like right through here or something. Like literally this general vicinity. So I was looking for one of these paths to do a loop so I could turn around. I got the new tires and the new wheels on here, and I'm hoping I don't get any goat heads, but still, there's always a chance I get a goat head. And it's a pain in the ass to take this thing apart, because it's not quick release anything. See how much water there is here versus where the other part of the trail we were on? So, anywho. Yeah, we'll use this as a turnaround point because we're at 9 miles. I have 2.5 things of battery left out of 5, so I'm about halfway on the battery. Oh, I did see that the other day. Do you guys know those? It's not a one wheel. It's a motorized unicycle. Hey, puppy. Saw a guy on a motorized unicycle going down a very busy 6-lane road. And I was like, wow, he's brave. So I'm thinking about where trails might go. So I'm south. I need to go northwest. Up here we're going to take a right. We're going to go north. And then we got to find somewhere to go west. So. But yeah, I used to come over here with my dogs. Like I said, once or twice a week, just as a change of pace. Oh, that was a map of the trail system. Let's go take a look at it. I don't know if it has a "you are here" thing. I'm blocking the whole trail now because of the way this bike wants to park. Let's see, we are here. Okay, so the Cherry Creek Trail's right there. All right, cool. We can catch that because I need to get up to here. So that'll work. Nice little loop. Again, the only reason we're turning around so soon is because battery. I have been in pedal assist 2 a lot because most of this was uphill. This is a golf course. Yep, been over here before. Cherry Creek Trail North. So, a few times when I've ridden in down south in Parker or Douglas County, I've ridden the Cherry Creek Trail, which is about 20 miles south of where I'm standing. Or you've seen me go up to Cherry Creek State Park, which is probably about 6 or 7 miles south of where I'm standing or riding at the moment. Just had a bug go up my nose. That's awesome. He said sarcastically. So you just saw that sign. It said Cherry Creek Trail 10 miles, which means we're 10 miles from downtown Denver, I believe. But yeah, when I owned my house, I used to have to drive over here, walk my dog, blah, blah, blah. And I really wished I'd known about this neighborhood over here off to the left. Because I like that neighborhood. I like the way the houses look. I like the fact that the trail's right here. I have been over here before on a bicycle many, many moons ago. Like I was still in my 20s moons ago. And then I had a friend who bought one of these houses because they're condos or townhouses. And then you got $1 million houses on the other side of the golf course over there. So yeah. Fun, fun, fun. So once we get up here, I want to say past this, if you look over there on the road here, there's a turn. Once we get past that, I don't think I've been this far before. I could be misremembering. It has been about 20 years, 25 years. When I had my first dog anyway, she was a border collie, and I like to change things up on her, take her different places, different sights, different smells, different experiences. So we explored a lot because I wanted her to. Border collies are highly intelligent, and they'll get bored if you don't keep their minds busy. So it's always trying to keep her mind busy. Okay, so I've recognized this little trail off to the left that goes into this apartment complex. Maybe it's this that I haven't been past. Maybe I use this as a turnaround point. Like I said, it's been a few years. And then one of these days I'll come down here and we'll try some of these little side trails and stuff. So the building I'm in now is 5 stories high. And I live on the 3rd floor, which is fine. I wanted to live on the 1st floor, but the unit I wanted was no longer available by the time I applied. But the unit I have, I can't complain about. There's a lot of benefits to it. There's a couple detractors to it, but the benefits outweigh the detractions. One of the benefits is because it is a 5-floor building, it has an elevator. Because this is an 80-pound bike, and I didn't want to have to carry this up and down stairs. So right now I just have to finagle it out the door to the elevator, out the elevator, down the elevator, and then, rinse, wash, repeat. Okay, doesn't say, in case you didn't know, we're in Colorado, United States. There's some flags. And again, I don't know how much wind is being picked up. I don't know where Wabash Street is in relation to anything in Denver. But yeah, it would be nice to have lived like right here. Oh my God, could you imagine like this being your view? Or you just come out and you're on the trail. That'd be so amazing. But there's no walkability here. You can't just come out and walk, within a half a mile or a mile and get to a dozen restaurants or, stores or anything. Oh, I think that building over there, I think I substitute taught over there once. Yeah, so funny. I picked up a class called Life Skills, and it was described as teaching students the skills they will need later in life. And I thought it was like a modern version of home ec. You know, how to sew a button, how to pay your bills, how to budget your household income, things like that. I really did. I walked into it, I was like, yeah, I can do this for, check this out. I walked in, that it was not what it was. It was a class for students who will need care for the rest of their lives. Like they will never, ever, ever be independent. But they tried very hard to help educate the students. People who were in wheelchairs and who could not hold up their heads. Or people who could not focus. Not focus like their attention or their attentions, but focus at all. I don't know which way is the right way right here. So we're gonna go this way. Yeah, it was bad. Like, not only did I go in way unprepared, again, I thought it was something it wasn't. But I'm trying to figure out what road this is, see where I'm at. But it does not say. I want to say it's Yale, but I don't think it is. Could be Evans. But I don't know if it is. Oh, here we go. Let's see what this road sign says. It is Iliff. Okay. So, for the record, Iliff goes northeast and southwest. No, southeast and northwest. And eventually it turns into Evans. So. But yeah, these are people who, some of the kids did not even know they existed. I felt really, really bad for them because again, they will never, ever be independent. They will have to have care of some sort for the rest of their life. And I just felt really, really bad for them. And luckily there were some helpers in the class. Some people who are certified to deal with students like that. And I was like, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing here. This was not what I thought it was. So you guys tell me how I can support you. Because I do not know. And that's what I did, is they ran everything and I supported them. And I said, well, you guys are here. There's 3 of you helpers for 5 students or 6 students. Why did they even need a substitute here? And they're like, well, because somebody with a teaching license has to be here, and none of us have it. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And that's how I ended up in that class for a day. I'm just gonna go over here. So. She not only had a dog in her arms, but she was towing that little trailer, and she had 1 or 2 in there too. So we get up here and look at these road names and see where we're at. So I don't think any of these houses on the right existed when I lived over, well, I won't say over here, but in this general vicinity. They look too new. But we need to start heading west. Even if we have to go through a bunch of stuff. Jewel, okay. Some kind of business park. guess it is lunchtime. It's 11 or 12:40. I was like, wow, there's a lot of people just sitting in their cars, but yeah. Again, there's nowhere to come out and like walk to a restaurant or to a cafe or anything. So if you don't want to be at work, I guess you come out and sit in your car. All right, Quebec. Is there a bike lane here? There's not a bike lane here. So we will be riding on the sidewalk. Because I am not going to ride in that kind of traffic. And I'm positive none of these houses on the left were here. We're probably going to end up jumping back on the trail right here. Oh, really? Recycle Collection Center. I did not know that was there either. Luckily, my new building does recycle, so I'm stoked about that. Especially since I've had to order a bunch of stuff. I've had to recycle a lot. And just opening up all these packages, I could not believe how much wasted stuff is around. This is where we want to go. So if you look really hard down here, you can see the mountains. I don't know how easy it'll be to turn around. I can actually turn around and jump on this trail down here quicker than I can wait for traffic. But it looks like I'll probably wait for traffic. Only because this is a beast of a bike and it's excessively difficult to turn around. Yeah, we can go. And we can keep going so this guy doesn't hit us. So yeah, right back on Cherry Creek Trail. So, lesson learned. You don't have to, I didn't have to get off the trail. And as you can tell, I'm not going nearly as fast as everybody else is, but I'm not trying to. I mean, right now I feel like I could probably even, bump it up mechanical. And then we're going to go down one. I got to recondition my legs. Place Bridge Academy. Don't know what that is. Elementary, junior high, private school, have no clue. I have no idea what that is either. Probably a library. Looks like a library. That looks familiar. Like I drove past it once and went on through the road. I'm trying to remember like what I would have been doing over here. And it could be just, he took a wrong turn or trying to figure out a shorter route from here to there. The problem with shorter routes is they usually take you through town and there's a lot of stop and go. Stop lights, stop signs, traffic, things like that. And I would rather take the longer route if there's no stops. So, for example, I will take the interstate any day of the week over driving through town. But that's me. I know there are people that are not like that at all. For example, I have an aunt who will not get on the interstate for the life of her. She won't even allow the interstate if she's not driving. If she's a passenger, she will not allow the driver to take the interstate. Because I was going somewhere with her and my uncle, and she's like, what way are you going? I said, I'm just going to hop on 25 and go south. And she goes, no, you need to find another way. And I was like, what are you talking about? And my uncle's like, she doesn't like the interstate. And I was like, okay, well, she's not driving. He's like, yeah, but she doesn't like the interstate. I'm like, okay, she's not driving. She doesn't have to deal with it. She can close her eyes. And that's when he's like, we'll just take our own car. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, yeah. I mean, if that's your thing, fine, but, you know, it's just like religion. Don't try to force your thing on other people. So on the other side of the creek here is a park. I do not know what park that is. So a couple of months ago, well, I guess, yeah, technically a couple months ago, it was January. I was having, I'm going to say dinner with a friend. It was late enough in the afternoon that it was either a late lunch or an early dinner, but by the time we got out of the restaurant, it was dark. But to be fair, it gets dark at like 4 o'clock. So, you know, could have been dinner, could have been a supper, I guess. Anywho, I'd known her since I moved to Colorado. She's one of the first people I met that I did not work with. And we're still friends to this day. We still hang out, still get together once in a while. I mean, she's married, so we don't hang out as much as we did before she got married, but we still hang out. She's the one who grew up and where that place that used to be a mall, and she said she used to hang out there when she was a kid. So we were having dinner or something, and I was like, and I just told her something. I had an epiphany one day. I mean, we've been friends forever. It's like, you don't think you have to tell your friends things because they're your friends. They should know it, you know, because they know you. Like, you know, you shouldn't have to tell your friends you won't lie to them. They should know that you won't lie to them because you're friends. That kind of thing. But I told her, I had an epiphany one day, like a week or two before that. Maybe a month before that. And I told her, I said, hey, you know, I just want to tell you something. I've never said anything like this to you because I didn't think I had to. But I had an epiphany that, you know, I probably should tell you. And she goes, what? And I said, you know, I appreciate you being my friend. We've known each other for decades. We hang out. When you're not being a pain in the ass, I enjoy your company. And I just wanted you to know how important your friendship is to me. Like, you know, and she's like, oh my God, like, are you dying? I was like, no. Are you going to commit suicide? And I was like, no. Because I don't talk like that. I don't talk like that with anybody. Again, it's just one of those things that you would think your friends know. And she started to tell me how much she appreciated me, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, look, I'm not looking for reciprocal compliments. I wanted you to know that your friendship means something to me. That's all I was getting at. So I'm going to go up here. Because why not? So yeah. I don't know, I think that bashed down a barrier. Because while she went out of town for like a month. Her and her husband are very well off. And they, okay, so I need to start heading west-west. Yeah, I need to start heading west-west. I mean, this is going to eventually come out of Colorado. This building over here, you can't see it on camera, but that's the building that's, I know for a fact that building's 1.5 miles from where I live. And right now I'm going northeast, and that building is to my west-west. So we'll go west-west right here. Now there's no real good bikeways from that building to where I live. The roads are busy, so we'll see. I may end up going through the neighborhoods just to keep it easier than, you know, death. Because yeah, I'm allergic to death. It's not going to kill me, but it will ruin my day. Maybe even the rest of my week. Alright. Hi, puppy. Is that my bike that's squeaking so much? When I first noticed it, I thought it was in that industrial complex. I thought it was something there, but it stayed. Hi, puppy. Hi. So I've never been over here before either. It's a new fence though, you can smell the wood. Let's see where we're at. So technically, I believe we're in Glendale. Oh no, that wasn't the building I thought it was. Okay, but yeah, we're still fine. The building I thought it was is over here off to the right. But we're still fine. I'm looking for... It does look up like a bicycle lane over here, so we'll cross. Yeah, we're in Glendale. You know what, we'll just do this. And then we'll do this. And then we'll do this. And we will call this bike lane. So this is Infinity Park. Apparently they do a lot of, I know they used to do like a lot of rugby here. They might do some soccer. I know they do concerts and stuff here occasionally. I've never been there. So there's that. She's got red hair like a brand new copper penny. Dispensary. Pizza. Chicken grill. Mississippi. We'll keep going straight just because the light's cooperating. I don't think I've ever been over here. Oh, this is all uphill. Which normally I don't care, but I'm not in shape for uphill stuff. I'm in shape for downhill stuff. The good news is I think I'm close enough that under no circumstances should I fail to make it back, like running out of battery or anything. Bad news is still not that familiar with where I'm at. I mean, I see some of the buildings around here. I know where they're at in relation to where I'm at in relation to where I'm going. Yeah, let's go this way. Not because I can't go straight there, but because I would rather stay on these side streets than get up to the busy street. Whew. And that's the other thing I've noticed, living in this general vicinity now. I mean, we're still about a mile and a half away, but I've noticed this. Oh man, that would have been a cool place to live if I could have afforded it. A distinct lack of wildlife. Like, I haven't seen any bunnies, I haven't seen any squirrels. Aside from those geese that we passed, I really haven't seen any birds, especially at my place. Like, you'd think there'd be birds all over the place. It's got a nice big roof, it's got a rooftop deck, it's got all the amenities. You'd think birds would be calling it home, but nothing. You'd think squirrels would be running around there, but nothing. So here's a bike path. So yeah. It's been pretty interesting. So, sorry, I just had an epiphany. We might be in my uncle's old neighborhood. Yeah. I think we are. No, we're not. We're not. Never mind. He lived in an area like this, but it was a little bit further southeast. Okay. Whew. But it was so similar. So what I want to do is, again, you can see where the light is up there. That's the busy street that I don't want to ride on. Not because I can't, but because I don't want to. So I want to turn here. Where this guy's turning. A few years ago, I actually looked at one of these buildings off here to the left. It was one of these front corner units too. It was a little pricey for what you got. They offered no parking, so it was all street side here. And I didn't want to do that. But it was, the nice thing about it though, it was one of these right here with the graffiti on it. Might have been that one. The nice thing about it is this is the backside of a strip mall, so you are within walking distance of, shopping and stores and stuff, restaurants. There's an IHOP across the street, gas station right here, stuff like that. So it would have met all my qualifications. Yeah, but we will have to go up to the busy street here in a minute. Veterans Village. I'm a veteran. Huh. Oh man. I don't know if there's a way through this parking lot, because we have to cross the interstate, and there's only one way to do it, and that's on the road there, and there is no way over here. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna have to go back out there and get on the busy road. Oh wait, here we go. It's not very bicycle friendly. Yeah, we'll just go around. Like I said, I got plenty of battery to get me back to where I need to be, because we're only about a mile and a half from where I need to be. Ooh, pardon me. Woke up with the hiccups. So this restaurant right here to my left is a Mexican restaurant. I've never eaten there. I love Mexican food. I've never eaten there. A friend of mine had eaten there a few times, and she said it wasn't very good for what you paid for. Like it was overpriced and under flavored. You know, but take that with a grain of salt, because she was a blonde hair, blue-eyed, native Coloradan who thought she knew everything about Mexican food because she was a native Coloradan. And I'm like, yeah, I've lived in Texas and Arizona and Colorado, and I've been to New Mexico numerous times. Like, and but she still thought she knew more about Mexican food than I did. But I took her word for it, because she's a great cook. I guess I could have rode on the other side there. Because I'm going to cross here, go left, which is south, and then I have to cross the highway again, or I have to cross back over to this side. I should have just stayed on this side. But, you know. I had a friend, the last time that I talked to him, he had an office in this building. He used to work for Vail Resorts, and they got free passes every year, and he'd give them to me because he didn't ski. And then one day him and somebody else went and founded their own real estate investment company, which ironically was a couple of years after I asked him to start a real estate investment company with me, because he knew the financial side and I knew the other side, the operational side. And he said no, he didn't want to, but then he went and got married and had a kid and decided he wanted to plant his own, hang his own shingle. I almost said plant his own flag. Yeah. So he ended up doing exactly what I asked him to do a couple of years later. And I can't remember the last time I spoke to him. It's been a while. He had a pretty good drinking problem. Like the kind where you had to take his keys away all the time. And he married someone who had a drinking problem. The kind where you had to take your keys away all the time. I'm assuming that once he had a kid, he stopped drinking, and that's because that's when he started his business. But yeah, He's the kind of guy that had ulcers in his stomach from all the drinking he did. But you couldn't stop him. You couldn't say, okay, 3 and then we're done. He would keep drinking, keep drinking, keep drinking. It's like, dude, you gotta stop, dude. You're gonna kill yourself. It's fine, it's fine. No, it's not. You know, let me drive you home. You can barely walk. It's fine, it's fine. Yeah, he was that guy. I mean, don't get me wrong. We've all had a drink or two and driven, you know. But, like, he drank a lot. Like, he was half my size. You know, I'm 5'11" if I stand up straight. He was probably, you know, 5'6". I was, at the time, maybe 200 pounds, and he was probably 150. So, anywho, yeah, hopefully his life's still going well. I could probably get on LinkedIn and check, but I really hate LinkedIn. It's not, that's a whole other discussion. But anywho, we're close enough now that I am going to, told you I was going to have to cross back over, which was no reason why I didn't just stay on this side to begin with. I'm going to let you go now, because we were getting close enough that I don't need you guys following me home. But thanks for coming along. Supposedly there's a bar over here somewhere. I know there's a Dave & Buster's here. I haven't been there for years, but I know there's one there. There's a movie theater. I haven't been to that movie theater in years either. But, yeah. This is the light rail station. Alright, yeah, I was looking for a place where I can stop. We'll do it right here with this bison. So, again, thanks for coming along. Thanks for listening to me babble for the last hour and a half. I'm at 16 and a half miles. I'll be at like 17 miles by the time I get to where I live. But we'll try to do this again tomorrow. Like I said, I'll try and go over to Wash Park and go around. You can see all the people there. Wash Park is a great park. It's kind of like a Central Park type feel. So it's really, really fun. If and when I get a dog, I'll probably be over there a lot, just walking around, because it is a great place. All right, thanks for coming along, and have a great day.